MHSP production. Today we're going to be live streaming on 2 different devices actually. No joke. I'm actually live streaming on my iPhone, and I'm also live streaming on my iPad. Now, for some of you who haven't actually seen my channel before, or never seen me before, my name is Ben, and I actually do a lot of gameplay and stuff like that. And I want to talk about my autism, really, because for some of you who don't know, I have a disability called autistic spectrum, which is pretty much like something different with that, with like inside me or something like that. It's complicated to explain. So basically, autism, in my opinion, is quite challenging. So I want to express my feelings of why I want to explain why this is all challenging. So, how do I explain this? Autism, in my opinion, is one of the most challenging things I have to express in my life. It's more difficult for me to recognize facial expressions sometimes, and also seeing how my tone of voice goes up and high. Like sometimes if my tone of voice goes a little bit too high, I tend to struggle to see that going up and down. So that's one of my traits, is that I try not to get too crazy. Also, one of them is actually obsessions. So it's a bit more challenging in my opinion. But not only that, if you know the Autistic Genius, I also follow him as well. So hopefully we might be seeing him on the stream as well. So that's quite good. But yeah, feel free to comment and say hello. Oh, hello! I've got another. Wow! I've got another streamer on my stream today. Well, I was meant to say viewer. Hello, how you doing? Feel free to comment. Wow. So, as I said, it's more challenging for me to express my autism in particular, and so I'm just changing my screen a little bit so I can talk to you better. That's it. Wow, it's so much harder looking at 2 screens at once. I'm not joking. I've actually live streamed on Periscope and YouTube, so that's great. So, for those who don't know me, as I said before, I am Ben from the MHSP production. I am a YouTube gamer and kind of like a blogger or YouTube live streamer or something like that. So I do a lot of those. And for some of you who don't know me, I do... what I'm trying to say is that I have autism. And autism, in my opinion, is quite difficult in some cases. So for those who don't really know me, is that I want to talk about my autism. I want to express it. I want to explain that autism is okay. It's nothing wrong about autism at all. It's actually a good thing, you see. And it's good that you can actually talk about what goes on in your life and whatever happens. But judging to my experiences with autism, it's quite challenging actually. And what I see from autism is quite... How do I explain this? It's more of a challenge, if you know what I mean. So I want to extend a message to those who have never even heard of autism. I want to say to people that autism, in my opinion, is hard, but we need more support. We're not like silly or stupid anyway, like some people say on the internet. No, we're not that. We're more intelligent than most people can actually imagine. I'm not joking. And I would imagine the Autistic Genius would actually agree with me as well. Because we can actually remember a lot of facts in pretty much one night and one day as well. Like, it's quite good. Because I know how crazy of layers that... how do I explain this? For Christ, I'm now rambling. Sorry, guys. I have done this before, so I'm a little bit more worried about how I'm going to express myself. I can actually do like a lot of ways to talk about the solar system. In other words, like I could talk about how many layers of Jupiter's, let's just say, clouds. Sorry, that took me a long time to do that. So, or like I say, I can remember it quite well. For example, so like for one example, there's like about maybe 200 or 500 layers of gases, of clouds, and heavy substances that are on the planet. But the thing is that I know a lot about these things because I'm quite clever. I read these things quite regularly. I look at NASA quite a lot, so that's what I do, and I enjoy it. It's quite nice. It's good that I do these kind of things. So yeah, for those who pretty much don't understand what autism is, it's just a challenge, really. It's a thing that you like to understand and what you get through and do whatever. And I have many friends who have autism. I have to admit, I have a lot of people who have autism, and excuse me, and it's something that I will never forget, because I lived at a school where it was a boarding school, you see, so it was more challenging. And I went to boarding school at the age of 13, so it was quite challenging. So it was like more difficult for me to understand at that time. And throughout the years, I was a bit of a challenge, if you didn't know. And that was because of how anxious I was and how nervous I got towards other people, and how I was to all these people and all these staff and friends and all that. But at the end of the day, you kind of think to yourself that autism has its limits. It has something to understand. You see what goes on in your life. Like, it's like a regular person, really. So it's not like we're not alien to humanity or anything like that. I just want to say that autism, like I say, has its limits. We all have its limits. Like, we all have different things we have to cope with. So we all have to see it and do what we think is right, or we think what we do is necessary, because we don't always know that we're doing it right, you see. And sometimes if you read on the news, sometimes people say that this autism kid created a bomb, for example. Like, this happened like last year. Someone actually made a bomb, like, that had the autistic spectrum, and he got arrested for it. And also in America, a lot of people like arrest kids that are like, who are a lot worse than I am. I have to admit, like, a lot of people in America, they don't treat autism politely, as I see it. And believe me, one of the autistic lads, or children as I would say, hit one of the teachers. And in my opinion, that's just horrible. That's not right. And I don't blame the kid who has autism, and because I know how it feels to have autism, you see, and I know how to express it, because you feel like you feel like you don't know where to go at times, and you feel like there's something you need to go in. You need to do the boundaries. You need to understand what the world's like, and that's nothing compared to what people see these days. We don't see it as regular people do, and we just see it as a fantasy. We don't do that as many people would think of. We think it's something else, and I've been trying to do that all my life. I've been trying to think that life doesn't have to be a fantasy. You got to focus on the reality of your life, and that's why I'm trying to do YouTube, so I can show you all what I am and who I am with autism, but also I want to show what I do to entertain you, and that's what I do to make my life interesting, and that's what I want to do in life. But I'm sorry that if I was a long time, by the way, just to sorry to change subject. Um, I had a bit of a quick call from like a friend, and my friend asked me to give her some advice. Um, Sadly, she wasn't autistic, but she was a friend of mine. Like she wanted to ask me about some life stuff, which I'm not always the best at doing that, but it was more relationship kind of way. So yeah, I know you guys want to like be interested in that, but I feel that I want to give my friends out, like, you know, help my friends out and that, because I love helping my friends. I like to support them. I like to give them a hand, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I want to do that, and I wanted to help them out. I want to do that, and that's what I am. I like helping people out, and that's me as a person. I like to help people out because I don't like people feeling separated. I mean, in school, in my opinion, was quite challenging. I actually hated school, like, a lot. Like, in mainstream, I actually hated it. Like, I really did. And I had a TA, and the TA I had was quite nice, and she was a lovely lady. But coming to think of this now, you must be thinking, hang on, I look like a regular lad. I don't look like I've got autism at all. I don't have Asperger's or anything. Like, well, to be truthfully honest with you, I don't have Asperger's at all. I just look like anyone else, really. There's a thing that people will say, and that people will say that, like, sorry, those people will say that that it's not looks that are in the inside. It's mainly the outside, really. Like, the outside, you look like you're just a regular person, but in the inside, you're not. You're just something else. You're a lad with special needs, and that's how I feel. I have a special need, and I have autism. That's one of my special needs. That's my autism. And autism, in my opinion, is difficult. You've got to, like, understand that autism can be challenging, it can be quite upsetting at times, but when you think about it, you kind of like say to yourself that you got to see what's the inside and out, if you know what I say. And I spoke to the autistic genius about like how I can succeed with autism, and he gave me quite a few good responses and how stuff like that. But I don't know how, if he will be able to join us. But I had someone like on here earlier, but I don't know what happened there. He might have lost. Someone might have lost like connection, or might have got bored. I'm sorry if I got you guys a little bit bored. It's just like I say, it's the first time I'm actually talking about autism on camera, and it's more of a challenge for me to talk about it. Really, I want to express my autism to a lot of people that never have actually experienced it. And as I say before, my autism in particular have a lot of challenges, and there's a good way for me to express this. I want to express this in a good way. So I want to say this now, and I want to talk about this in a good way. So my life with autism feels like I'm in a box, and I'm in a certain box where no one doesn't understand me, and I feel that I don't want to be in this box. I want to be like just like everyone else. I don't want to have autism at all, and that's how I feel like pretty much every day of my life. But really, I just tell myself that this is just something I need to live with all my the rest of my life. I don't want to ruin it, or just give myself suicide or anything. No, I don't want to do that. That's completely nothing. I love my life. I mean, my family give me the best life anyone could actually give, and that's quite good. I mean, it's a brilliant life, and I never actually travelled the world though. But at least I can do something. And I travelled all the way through the country just to get to school. And that happened every month. And I have to say, that was challenging. That was just me and a taxi crew travelling about nearly 400 miles or 1,000 miles or something like that, just to get me down to the bottom of the country. And I mean, Great Britain. Wow. I don't think it's Great Britain anymore, but it's well, I call it Britain. The thing is that I feel that all these experiences that I've been seeing throughout my life, it's quite difficult to imagine how people would see me as a person. I mean, people would see me as a boring man or something like that. But to be honest with you, I want to make entertainment good for people. I want people to understand what people, for me, is like. I mean, I can't always understand what's the correct term of doing this properly or something like that. And as I said before, it's challenging. I don't always know what's the right solution to see what's my right way of passage or something like that. I don't know why I said that, but it's a way of saying it. But my point is that autism, in my opinion, is challenging, and you got to expect that people will have autism, and there is things out there that I really don't agree on. I absolutely disagree with some videos that make a joke about autism. That is completely unacceptable. That shouldn't be allowed. Because autism, in my opinion, is challenging, and you can't just say that it's like a disease or something, or it's like something you gotta terminate. No, it doesn't. It's not like that. Autism is just something in your brain that just changes you, just makes you who you are, and that's just who I am. I have autism, you see, and I have these feelings. I want to express this to people. I want to see how people react to me. I don't really care what people think of me at the moment. I mean, yes, I am young. I'm 21 years old. And I just want to express this to everyone else. And I want to show that people with autism and all that kind of thing, it just makes you who you are. It makes you who you are. Like, really, it does. Oh, sorry guys, I just had to do this. I'm going to do this quickly because it's just getting silly. Like, no one's even coming to a stream. Yes, we are back. So I have autism. Yes, I have, and as I said before, it's kind of challenging, but you kind of like get through it. Actually, it looks like I just had a stream. I just had a comment from that earlier. Interesting. So I just need to get this arranged. Crikey. The other camera's got like a terrible lighting. Here we go. Oh, I hate the lighting. Sorry about that, guys. But as I said before, it's okay to talk about autism, and it's okay to chat, to like talk about it. I want to spread this as awareness, and I want to help people out. I want to like see how you guys react to give me some questions, to ask me how autism is. And I'm sorry that the stream isn't that great. I do apologize about that. The stream over here, like the internet wise, isn't that brilliant, I'm afraid. And I'm always active if you guys would like to ask me some questions on Twitter and YouTube. I'm absolutely happy to do that. I don't really bother like to ignore them. I love to talk to people, but if it's horrible comments, then I will not accept them. I will not flip and accept them. I will not. So, as I say before, I have personal feelings about autism, and I see them as a lot of things, and that's who I am. I will try explain them as the best way I can, and yeah. I will try and explain it. I know I'm not brilliant at doing this, so yeah. But as I say, feel free to comment, feel free to chat, feel free to say anything to me about what autism is about, and ask me some questions. And feel free to share and all that, and talk about this. I know I'm not the brilliant. I know I'm not brilliant at this, but at least try and support me as a person. Because, to be fair, even though my brother has a lot more subscribers than I have, doesn't mean I will give up. I'll never give up. And my saying is that I will never give up without a fight. And that, excuse me, that, in my opinion, is my saying. Never give up without a fight. And keep doing what you love. And that is what I'm doing. This is what I love. YouTube. I love doing YouTube, and I will love it to death. So yeah, that's what I mean by that. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna have to leave you because I know you guys haven't got the best capacity on this stream. So I'm telling you, the signal on this stream is terrible. I know that for sure. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you ever do get to a chance to watch the stream, like recorded session. And as I said before, I will talk to you guys as soon as I can. I will answer your questions if there's anything you want to talk about the autistic spectrum. And as I said before, feel free to talk to me. It's a goodbye from me on YouTube, and it's a goodbye from me from Penscope. Yeah, I'm actually live. I'm actually live on both screens right now, and I will show you the screen again. So here we are. We are live, but I'm afraid I haven't got one on the thingamabob today, so it's a shame. So yeah. Alright guys, I'm going to leave you to it. I hope you guys have a great evening, and I'll speak to you all in the next live stream or video of mine. And, oh, before I do anything else, I am going to Comic Con in March, so feel free to follow and feel free to come and visit at any time. And I would love to talk to you guys, because I love talking to people. I'm a nice lad, and yeah. Feel free to talk to me about any gaming content or anything in particular. I'll be happy to talk to you at any time. See you soon, guys. I hope you have a great evening. It's a goodbye from Penscope. So, see you soon, Penscope. And it's a goodbye from me on YouTube. See you soon, guys, on the MHSP production. Or, as I would say, the MHSP Republicans. See you soon, guys. I'll see you in the next stream. Peace.